Usually smoke cigarettes, you start as a teenager, and then if you become adult, you usually go your whole life drink smoking. But I started my addiction drinking when I was 20 something, right? You always drink a little bit over here, a little drink over there. But when I was 20 something, you start to drink more consistent, like every weekend, like non-stoppable. And then in the beginning, it's very slow. And then I heard this expression, it's very, very slow, like once every 3 weeks or once a month, right? And then after this two times a month, and then there's some point you drink every 3 days. That's the point. You start slow, and then when you analyze that you were addicted, you drink every 3 days. You want to drink, right? And then that's the whole point about addiction. You don't see it. It's very fast because it starts very slow, and then when you're caught up in your mind, you're already addicted very fast. Like 1-2 years, and then you want to drink every 3 days, and then to pull yourself out from that situation, that's the hardcore. Because to get in is very, very easy, because it's probably the environment, I think, right? Your environment, and then addiction usually they release a lot of dopamine, and then whatever you do in your regular life, like for example, like drink a cup of coffee, the amount of dopamine they're going to release in your brain is a certain amount, but the drinking, the drugs and the cigarettes and all that chemical stuff is a way higher. And then drink a simple coffee, you cannot achieve that type of feeling good, that dopamine release in your brain. And then that's the whole point. And then when you start to drink very constantly, your body starts to adapt to that dopamine effect. And then once you analyze after 2-3 years, you want to drink every 3 days, and now you're caught up in that situation. Nothing that you do is gonna get that pleasure that you wanna. And then you just keep going until, I don't know, you wake up. And then that's the whole point. Like I remember many Saturdays, Fridays and Saturdays that I was drinking many hours and many beers and hot vodka. Right? And then on the Sunday, usually you're totally wasted. Right? And then I was asking God, because I do believe in God, I was asking God a lot to free my mind and free that addiction that I have for those things. But it took so many years to pull yourself out from that situation, because that's the point I was explaining about the dopamine. I had nothing that you do can like come even close, because now you're training your brain to respond for that dopamine effect every weekend or every 3 days. And now and then what I noticed is you gotta train your brain again to feel pleasure enough by drinking a cup of coffee, or go to the museum, or go to the aquarium that you're going today, or reading a book, or just standing still. And then now you're finally here after I don't drink for about 8 months now. Now I feel like feeling so good. Like today's Sunday, right now it's 8 p.m. I wake up like 4 a.m. today, from Saturday to Sunday. Today's Sunday. I wake up 4 a.m. I did like 200 push-ups, 300 push-ups. I like to have a steak in the morning, or eggs, a cup of coffee. I did many posts on the social media, right? I always dreamed for this life, and then it took me so long to get out from that environment. And then now I'm in this new level of environment with these new goals and this new discipline. And now I'm looking out the window, and it's a beautiful thing. And then that's the point. Take many, many years, and then many people don't understand this. That take years to free your mind. and I have like enough money to go, because those addictions is very expensive as well, right? And then you don't realize because you don't have money, it's because of those things, and your mind is very foggy, right? Because all those things. But I just want to share with you guys this, that I always want to do this, and now that's another thing I want to share is, and then once you're getting off of that, right, you have to train, and nothing makes you feel good. It's a lot of that's why people always come back. You gotta be very strong, because I remember when I was growing up and I was teenager back in Brazil, and I grew up in very rush environment, right, very dangerous environment. And I saw a lot of things in front of me, right? And I never wanna like be part of this. But I remember I was very judgmental with those people and those environment. And the environment influences you a lot to do those things. But the funny thing, like back in Brazil, I never did those things. I never followed for those things. But when it comes to Canada, I did fell for those things. And then like I've been down there for 5 years. Yeah, 5 good years. And then now that I'm out again, I'm not judging anymore, because I know I went down there and I've been down stuck for many years, right? And I spent so many years and so much money, so much healthy down there. Why? And probably, I guess, it's totally against God. This God don't like this. It's from another side, I guess. And now that I understand that I'm out from there for 8 months, I understand most people, they go their whole life. They don't. Once you fall for that, that's why they say never try, because if you fell from those things, the amount of energy and amount of self-control that you have to pull it off yourself from there is it's almost impossible. But one day you gotta wake up and say it's enough. Enough is enough. And then for me, it's when I think I lost my place that I was rent, and then I got this nice car, right? And then I don't know, I drink in that weekend, and on Monday I was sober, but I have an accident and my car was total lost. And then those 3 months to get a new car, it was very hard, because the environment and I don't know, work, and then we're still in that situation, drink every weekend. And then once I got a new car, and then I have an accident again with the new car. Like I get the new car, and then after 2 weeks I have another accident. And then that was the final point that I say, okay, this is a sign that enough is enough, and then you must stop this, because otherwise something big is gonna happen. And it's already happened, because you lost your car, and then you lost your car, you lost your place, and in your environment it was very harsh. You're moving places to places because you didn't have a place to stay, and then you lost your dream car, and then after 3 months you got a new car, and then you crashed that one too. That's what happened in that period, 6 months. You lost your place, you crashed 2 cars, right? And then you almost lost your job, the job that I was doing. And then you have two accidents like down the road, your vibration with your frequency to the universe, because that's the point. The universe and God is watching, and then they send signs for you, right? So you cannot do those things. And then when I had the second accident on my car, and then okay, that's it. And then it was the first one, it was not too dangerous. It like hit on the front, and then just the car was totally lost. But the second one, what happened is I was driving, the truck come and hit the back of the car, and I went in the front of the truck, right? Luckily I too slow, and then just kissed the car, right? But if you want some speed in highway, I was in a highway, luckily it was traffic, it was some speed, you like, you waste your life right there. Right, and then for me, I think that was the point that, okay, that's it. And then I decided to quit everything and then come back to the light, because I was in a dark place. A very dark place. And then it's been 8 months, and then in the beginning it's very depressing. And then you start to use another things, like for example, if I drink the alcohol and then you start to eating a lot of sugar, for example, to try to achieve that level of dopamine that the drink releases in your brain, right? It's never gonna be enough until you adapt your brain again. And then to adapt your brain again takes months, if not years. And then if you look at the environment, everything in your environment, when you have a clarity of mind, your mind is not start to get foggy again. Everything in your environment, in your life, because now you're in this situation with your car crash, and you have a girlfriend, she's mad at you, and you lost your place, and then your body is now, you're not feeling good about your body, and then there's so many aspects of your life that is ruined because of those habits that you have for many years. And then you want to feel good again by drinking, but you analyze that you're never gonna get out if you're keeping, repress your feelings with drinking. You must endure, I think that's the word, endure, and then go above this. And then the point about depression is it's just for hours, right? It can be days, but in my case it was just hours. For example, when we're feeling drinking, it's Friday night, right? And then I was drinking, eating the whole pizza. For example, or drink a whole tub of ice cream, right? To repress those feelings for you to not come back to the drink. And then after in the morning, you feel guilt, but it's only about the sugar. You didn't come back to drinking. And then that's the point. And then you start every day improve a little bit, right? Until you start to fix every aspect of your life. And in the beginning, you even cannot have an 8 hours of sleep. You wake up every 2 hours, every 3 hours. And then takes time, guys. It takes a lot of time to recover from that. So I hope if somebody never fell, but if somebody's very judgment, I don't know how you gonna fix that, because I was very judgment and I fixed this judgment. Now I understand. But take some time. You think you're gonna fix your life after 2 weeks, but it's not work like this, because you've been doing this for 5 years or 3 years or 2 years or 10 years or how many times? Which people go their whole life smoking and drinking, right? Once you get there, you cannot get off. So now, and then it takes month to come, and then you have that urgent to fix everything in a very fast pace, because you feel you lost a lot of time, right, down there. But everything in life, it's not ever overnight. For example, I have this feeling Sunday morning, right now it's 8 a.m. Sunday morning, I'm feeling great. I wake up 4 a.m., 300 push-ups, 2 pieces of steaks, black coffee. Now I'm gonna have my second black coffee. Now you're going to Aquarium. We have money to go to Aquarium. It's not gonna hurt your bank account. This is kind of work and enjoyable as well, right? And I can see you are healthy. You have your mind is clear. It's clear, right? And you don't smoke, you don't drink. You've been doing this for 8 months now, and that's the whole point. And then, what kind of person you can? And then because I'm doing my diet and I'm doing exercise almost every day now, your body starts to change and your mind starts to change, back to the light. So thank God we are here now and then you're doing those things. Thank God. It took me many years to arrive here, guys. And now you just, the sky's the limit. I'm working my videos on my music and I'll like post as much as I can. Yeah, and then the goal of this is just travel around the world and record everything and record our journey, because now I'm in the light and I feel like you're never gonna come back to the place again because I already learned my lesson on that. And then it's a effect domino. If you come back, just drink and even a beer, I feel like it's a domino effect, like click and then that starts falling back up. So now it's time to become rich, it's time to become fit, have a clear mind, achieve your goals, you should have a purpose in life because God has a purpose for you. God has a purpose for me. And sometimes you have to go through that dark period of your life, to learn your lesson. And most of the people, they cannot get off from that. They usually go the whole life like that. But that's not your case. That's not my case. Now you're on the light and God has a purpose for me and God has a purpose for you. So now it's being now the storm looks like a finish. That was pretty good. And then, yeah, it looks like I hope the aquarium is going to open 9 a.m. They say they're going to open 9 a.m., but because today's Sunday. They give you some small chocolate for you. And around all the time you come over here, if you have a coffee or something, they give you a small chocolate. I think they're going to open at 9 because I see a lot of kids over there. The parents start to get smart, so they come early. It's almost 9:52, so let's take a walk over there to see if they open at 9. One second, okay, guys. So yeah, that's the Aroma Express in Canada. See it? In downtown Toronto. Really nice.
That's the store. Which, and it's right in the core of the downtown Toronto. Now it's 8:55. And then the storm looks like quiet down now. So let's see if the Ripley is gonna open 9 a.m. This is right in the downtown Toronto, and then there's the Rome Express you just went. Pretty good. So the storm is finished. Ah, kitchen plus bar. There's something else going on over here too. So yeah, you still cannot see the tower. The tower is still, and then that's the Rome Express in downtown Toronto, right next to the CN Tower. And then I saw some parents with the kids. Yeah, there is a lot of parents with the kids over here. And it looks like they're gonna open at 9 and everybody wanna come like early, because otherwise if you come at 12 and you arrive over here at 1, it's gonna be already too crowded, right? So yeah, Sunday morning, 9 a.m., Toronto, Canada, Aquarium. I'm gonna close this live and we're gonna start a new one, right? A new chapter, so you can do videos later on. See you guys in a minute.